All right, it was time. I have made a couple of cave bases at this point, but these are my very first actual full structures from foundation to ceiling, other than my very first starter base like a week ago. This is about 80 hours into the game at this point, and yeah, this is going to be my forever base. You can find it here if you want to build along. It's in Temple Woods. There's no dragon attacks in Temple Woods, but you do still get war bands on you. So this is not a very safe place to AFK for long periods of time because they will destroy your foundations, and you will be very sad if you were to lose 6 to 8 hours of progress and building like these. If somebody came in and I was just AFK right here and goblins came, attacked me, and destroyed all of this, I might cry. This took a while to build, and we build this in today's video. So if you're interested in how I did that, stick around. And yeah, this is my very first attempt at a build video, so I'm sorry. It's going to be a lot of jump cuts. It's choppy. There's a lot of lost time. I get a little lost in the sauce at some points, and I just kind of go into build mode, enter flow state, and yeah. So we're talking like 2-3 hours of just like, oh, we went from just barely having walls to, oh my god, the roof is complete. So bear with me as time goes on, as videos come out for this series. I should get a better hang of things and kind of find my, I don't know, my style in editing. But yeah, this is my first attempt. I hope you enjoy, and let's get to building. I've jotted down a few foundations where I kind of want to build stuff. And this episode, I'm prioritizing lumber storage because we're going to need a lot of it. And we're going to have like a little production shed, like just for deep storage here for like lesser used stuff. And then, you know, our sawmills, all that stuff. I have an outside area, inside area, whatever we got to have going on there. Let's go ahead and build out what I do have here. I think this is going to be a decent little start. And then I'll replace some of these with windows. This isn't like the final end result. I just kind of want to have some walls down so I can start planning out the second story. Because I do want like there to be a bit of an overhang, like almost like a barn feel to it. So this goes back out to this area, which will be semi-open. So we'll throw some pillars down. Alright, so I just kind of decided to push it back, make it a little bit shorter. It was throwing me off because it was just too jutted out. It was too long. Maybe if I stepped down and then just started from here over and did like a smaller overhang. But I kind of wanted this to be a little bit taller, as it's going to lead out to our back area where we're going to be, you know, putting some outside stuff here. Mind the mess on the ground, sorry. I will clean things up in a bit. But first, I want to kind of figure out where would I start putting my loft? Because I want there to be an upstairs area as well, just for additional like little storage. And then, yeah, I'm thinking only this back wall. And then we're going to need an access point to get up there. So let's go ahead and start doing that now. Nope, that's a window. I can move the window. Yeah, we can move the window. Let me double these up. I like having double stairs. One set of stairs just looks kind of flimsy. Alright, there we go. And then it doesn't need to be big. Honestly, I'm just going to have it wrap around like that. And then we're going to call it a day right there. And I'll throw a little half wall up. So I'm going to use medium walls, but I'm going to make them a little bit shorter. So if you hold down Control, I'm just going to do this, and it's going to also kind of give an interesting like lip on the bottom. So I'm going to just try this out. I'm going to do one side real quick and see if I like that. Okay. We'll get some lighting in here. I don't think I hate that, to be completely honest. It's not horrible. I kind of like it. There it is. Okay. So we're going to use that. And then I'm going to have a little room under the stairs even. Bam. So we got like a little, yeah, little closet area here. Probably never use it, but it's better than just having void underneath your stairs, I think. So then we have to give the illusion that this is being held up by something. So let's just go ahead and plank a little bit of a pillar right there in that corner, and then even there as well. So now we've got a nice little upstairs area. Not sure what we're going to do with it. We'll decorate all these later, but for now, I kind of like that. And then for the roof, this is just a lumber mill. It's going to be a really super basic roof. All right, so I'm kind of going with this for now. In barns and stuff, you'll often see that they vent it out by adding a little bit of this break in the roof. So I'm going to try to put a cap on top of this and see if we can't make this look pretty decent here. But I want there to be a little bit of a gap. One, I want light to be able to shine through it, kind of make the build feel a little bit more alive at night. And it's just kind of, there's going to be a lot of sawdust and stuff like that. So ventilation is probably really important. I do roleplay aspects. It just kind of makes my builds feel a little bit more realistic, I guess, to me. And I just enjoy that. So, all right. So a little bit of an update. I hate this wall here. So I'm definitely wanting to build some kind of a walkway balcony type area. Maybe an entry point to the second floor. I'm not sure, but that's really flat and boring to me. We beefed up the front porch here a little bit, threw some small walls up. Once we get decorating, I think this is going to look a lot better. But as of right now, we have a rat in our building. That's okay. He can hang out. Take a little snooze, and I'll show you what I've been up to. A lot of work went into this build. Way more than I originally planned on doing. I wanted to keep this kind of rustic and simple and just kind of, you know, like, oh, it's a sawmill, right? Like, this is a little bit more than just that, I guess. Anyways, let's start least to best, I guess. Here's a little closet area, like a little shed for some deep storage. And yeah, as soon as, well, actually, these flower beds are actually really, really amazing for builds. I was kind of lost on what I wanted to do here in this corner. And I'm not going to lie, it looked really, really boring and flat. Like there was nothing happening all the way from that corner to this corner. And it was just windows and just a flat cube. So adding this roof here helped tremendously. And this little railing broke it up. And then this railing broke it up. And then I added a balcony. But then there was still this corner here, and that flower box really saved it, in my opinion. Like, that really, really brought it together nicely. So, yeah, check those out. This wooden rack, I thought this was a pretty cool concept. It actually, if you put an axe in here, even though it's a weapons rack, you can still put axes on there. So I'm going to go make a bunch of throwaway axes just to put them here as a decoration to kind of give the illusion that there is, like, employees that actually work here. And they just grab their stuff, they sign in, and then they go out back to work. And I also chopped down some trees, and I'm purposely going to leave these logs on the ground. Also for decoration, just to give the illusion that, you know, this is an actual place where they're stripping, treating, and splitting, you know, logs into planks and all that. These sawmills looks a little bit janky, I'll admit, but they're kind of set up like this on purpose. So this actual saw blade portion is where the output happens. So, you know, logs go in, planks come out, they shoot out this end. So if you angle those and orient them to where they shoot into a lumber storage, it's automated. So all I have to do is grab logs that I want to split, throw them in here, and they'll automatically start shooting in to the lumber storage. So we should see here 13, 3, 2, 1, boom. Where? Yep, 15. So, yeah, it's a little bit of automation in the game. It's the only thing that really does that in the game, but it's still something. So, might as well do that. Okay, so you walk in. I got storage here for all of our ground stones and granite and sand, all that. And then I've got still quite a lot of lumber left over, honestly. I've got a full storage thing there, half a thing of oak, and a half a thing there. So in total, I think we used a full wood storage and a half, maybe. for all of this. No, because I still have some here. Yeah, I still have some here, and then I've made some into planks. So maybe like a full wood storage of ash logs has gone into this building, which isn't bad, honestly. This is quite a lot of building for that amount of wood. Anyways, I'm gonna put some stools out here and just have like a little outside seating area for, like, you know, smoke breaks, whatever, just to hang out and chill and look over the village. Got another inside sitting area. It's a little empty up here, but there's not a lot of decorations, to be completely honest with you. I do love the skylight. I'm just going to leave the ceiling open like that. It's grown on me over the past few hours of just building. And I like dropping these little pillars down and then, like, you know, anchoring them up into the actual ceiling. And it just, yeah, I don't know. They're like little makeshift medieval chandelier things. I like the aesthetic, and the lighting looks really, really good in here at night, in my opinion. So we got the front desk. You know, we keep receipts, customers, they can come in and buy stuff. Gives the illusion that this is an actual establishment with, like, employees yet again. This will eventually be like an employee storage locker where I just throw random crap that I don't feel like sorting out, but until then, it's just, you know, my bed, because it gets incredibly too dark in this game at night, and you can't really see crap, even if you use Fire Spirit. Then the last thing I think we gotta show, other than this, the roof, is this little outside area here. This really gives me like Frodo sees Gandalf on the cart vibes. Like, I just imagine Gandalf driving by in his little cart, and me jumping off this balcony into the cart and just, like, I don't know. That's kind of the vibes I was getting from that. Big fan of these hip ceilings. Before, I just had it just a flat piece straight off, and it was just like abruptly stopped. It looked really bad and janky. So adding these corner pieces has helped significantly with, like, the natural flow. You know, like, rain will shear off that direction and that direction. Before, it was just like a straight cut. It looked bad. So learning how to use that has been pretty helpful. And then I just throw on an extra small 30 degree or 45 degree roof just to give it an extra little over, like, hang lip all the way throughout. So these are each individual little pieces here added on. This is, like, probably my favorite part of the whole build right here. I'm gonna mirror this on the other side, more than likely. Just a little lazy right now. I want to go work on other stuff. Been at this for, like, you know, 4 to 5 hours total at this point. But I really liked this, and the reason that I even decided to do this was because it was so boring and flat. It literally went at the same grade all the way from here to there, and it looked bad, and something needed to be added here to add a little bit of depth and character and uniqueness. So I'm really glad that I went through that. It took a little while, a lot of finicky little moving pieces, and I'll do it again. I'll do it again. I like it. It was worth it. Really happy with how that came out. And then up top here, I just kind of added some details, some corners, made it look like it was on purpose type deal. And overall, pretty happy with it. Added foundations, which gave me additional snap points and structure, but I couldn't add enough to actually make it, you know, like... Roofs are hard. Roofs are hard in this game. I'll probably get better at it eventually, but it is what it is. This is my very first attempt at a roof. I'm happy with it. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here. One last little look during the day. Yeah. No, I think that little storage area, like, once we get paths, like, we can make, like, our own paths or something like that, and I can make my own roads, like, that would be amazing. Or just, like, stone foundations that look like rock road. I don't know. I'm looking forward to, if I can build something like this currently with the bare bones minimum of what we have access to at this stage in the game, I'm really excited to see what kind of builds we're able to do, you know, a year from now, whenever they actually add a fair bit of building materials. And yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm happy with how this came out. That's all I know. So, actually, you know what? Let's end it. Instead of doing another building entirely, I'm going to do a little bit of something that somebody from the Discord inspired me. And make a nice proper foundation for my waystone, or my lodestone. Maybe right here in this corner. And then, yeah, I think we're gonna build it right here. Yep, I decided just now. This is where, okay, I'll see you in a second. I think you'll like it. Okay, so if we bring it up at that grade, what does this do for me? Not much. I need to put that there in the corners. Alright, and then it'll be an additional stair over. But then I don't like how you're going to be able to see underneath that. But I could always light that up with torches. We have options here. Small floor. For no particular reason. Alright, what does that do for us? That might allow... Oh, crap. I kind of want to put lighting underneath there. I think that could be cool. Messing with the lighting a little bit. Yeah, the flame... Ooh, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. Yeah. I kind of like it. Right there. And right there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. Gotta get out of here now, though. Oh, I can't jump. Rip. Okay. Let's just do this. And what are we looking at? Yeah, that looks pretty magical. Sure. It's glowy. Now we gotta texturize it and make it look a little bit more fancy. Alright, so I just threw 2 flat pieces to match up to be flush at the very top on all 4 corners. Now, I want to match corner to corner there and corner to corner here. I'm gonna do that all the way around. And then we can add another one of these in between these sections, potentially. Bam. Boom. Alright, the next step I've found that I think I'm gonna go with is actually climb up top and then lower this where that's actually sunk in by 1 tick. Is that what I did? I think that's what I did. And then this isn't able to be walked up and down, but I'll fix that in a minute. Right now I'm just trying to get the textured design down. I think I like that. It's not directly centered, but it doesn't bother me too much. I'm gonna roll with this for now. I think that's right. That looks right. That looks very similar, if not. Alright, last one. We're almost done. Yeah. Why not? What are we looking at with triangles here? Triangles even a thing, really? Put a triangle there. Why isn't it wanting me to put one here? Unstable. Well, that's not good. What if we had beam here? Okay. Now, will you let me put triangles down? That's a big triangle. I didn't want a big triangle, but I'll try a big triangle. Can't put it centered, huh? Okay, never mind. Medium triangle? Well, now it's just trying to snap to the beam. I don't want that. What if I do that and that? Maybe we try to snap to this. Yeah. Bam. And then we'll snap to that one, same level. And snap to that one, same level. All right, let's take a look. I like it. I like it quite a lot. Yeah. It's pretty sick. The only issue is right here, I'm not a big fan of, but you don't get stuck in there. And at every point you can kind of walk up with no issues, so it doesn't bother me that much. It kind of feels bad putting a lodestone on it because we're going to hide this really cool little design that we've got going on here. But you got to do what you got to do. All right, here we go. Are we going to be able to see any of that design? I hope so. Yeah, you know what? We can see a little bit of the corners. And can we sink this in a little bit even? I think I like that. Yeah. I think we're going to go with that. Here it is. The finished result. That came out better than I expected, if I'm being completely honest. There's a couple janky spots if you look hard enough you'll find. But overall, I like this a lot. This is my favorite thing I've built so far, I think. Alright, just kind of adding a roof to it, and I kind of like this. Snapping these onto the corners like that. So all I'm doing is kind of meeting it right here on the seam. Bam. Huh, kind of a cool design. Do the same thing here. And bam. I think that's roughly the same for all of them. Yeah, I think we're good here. That's gonna work for me. And then I went ahead and I recessed these torches into the wood because they're a little bit bright for my taste at the moment, but I wanted to give a little bit of lighting effect, kind of like if it was you know, like coming off of that. I think you understand what I'm saying. Like it just gives the effect. It lights it up, but it doesn't, like, you know, cause me to have incredible eye strain. Yeah, we just kind of step these walls down. We got some pillars. Wait, I'm missing a pillar. I think I deleted one on accident. So I think that's the thin, 30 or 60 thin, I believe. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, yep. Okay, I'm gonna call this project finished. If you guys enjoyed this building video, just let me know in the comments and let me know how you want me to proceed in the future. Do you want more long-winded videos where I actually show all the details, or do you like the jump cuts? Do you just want like a before and after with like some explanation on like why and what and when? I don't know. Just give me some feedback. I have a community Discord. I'll link it in the description as well. This project's going to take me probably another week or two, I would think at the least, to go ahead and finish up. We've got like 5 or 6 more buildings that I want to complete. The only issue is I'm not sure if the game's going to like that too much, because it already takes about 10 to 12 seconds to load in here. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. About 18 seconds just to be able to move after teleporting. So I'm not sure the game's going to be able to really keep up with too many more buildings, to be completely honest with you. I might only be able to get 1 or 2 more in here, and that'd be a shame, but it is what it is. If the game can't handle it, it can't handle it. And I'm not trying to stand AFK for a minute and a half every time I want to come to my main base. That just doesn't seem very time efficient. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for hanging out. Be safe. Have a good night.